never gonna fade away. I'm burning like the midnight sun. I'm burning like the midnight sun. I'm not gonna sink into the ocean, baby, I'm here to stay. I'm burning like the midnight sun. I'm burning like the midnight sun. I'm not going down. I'm not a firefly flashing in the dark. I'm not a hot coal in the pit disintegrating. I'm not a whistling piccolo beat exploding in the streets. More like a ruby red star, forever rising. I'm not going down behind the mountain. I'm never gonna fade away. I'm burning like the midnight sun. I'm burning like the midnight sun. I'm not gonna sink into the ocean, baby, I'm here to stay. I'm burning like the midnight sun. I'm burning like the midnight sun. I'm not going down. I'm not going down behind the mountain. I'm never gonna fade away. I'm burning like the midnight sun. Burning like the midnight sun. I'm not gonna sink into the ocean, baby, I'm here to stay. I'm never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna give you up. Burning like the midnight sun. I'm not going down. I'm not going down. The blood remains as red. The colors our spirits white. The blood remains as warm. That paints black skies with fire. The word remains as high. That commands the slave to crawl. The promise ever true. That shadows venom lie, and clouds around about you. Clouds around about you. Clouds around about you. Shadows fill your eyes. The love remains as pure. The poison cannot quench. And clouds around about you. Clouds around about you. Clouds around about you. Shadows veil your eyes. Clouds around about you. Clouds around about you. Clouds around about you. Clouds around about you. The ghost never grew. Who defends me when I fall? The ghost is ever sure. Who holds tight for precious life? The blood remains as rich. That poor sinners drink like wine. Things is warm. Their pain's like skies of fire. Clouds around about you. Clouds around about you. Clouds around about you. Shadows fill your eyes. Clouds around about you. Clouds around about you. Shadows fill your eyes. It's good to be here. It's good to be anywhere at my age. We love playing here in the basement O Sound. Always a highlight. I'm gonna bring a smile to your face 10,000 ways. Yes, and I will embrace new seasons. And if tomorrow the sky is gray, well, that's okay. Even the flowers fade for good reason. This planet turns so fast, everything burns, ashes to ash. But for now, you are mine, and I feel so alive. Rivers of love and peace flowing over you and me. Slivers of silver glow between their trees. That old kid is a source of stress, I must confess. I'm gonna cry nonetheless. Yes, I will. And when the veterinarian says it's for the best, I'll find a place to rest on that hill. This planet turns so fast, everything burns, ashes to ash. But for now, you slivers of silver blue between dead trees, rivers of light and truth flowing over me and you, slivers of silver blue between dead trees. Rivers of love and peace flowing over you and me, slivers of silver blue between bare trees, rivers of light and truth flowing over me and you, slivers of silver blue between bare trees, bare trees, bare trees, bare trees. Thank you. We have a new record out.
Yay. Yeah.
Called Shadow Weaver.
It is for sale back here.
It's for sale in the back, $12.
Excellent.
If you had the Kickstarter campaign, we're one of our Kickstarter campaign contributors. Yours is in the mail on the way. It should be at your house any day.
Cool.
Yeah, but you might.
But that doesn't stop you from buying anything.
You can just give that one
Have to
to a
download
friend
one
when
to
it
get
shows
that
up.
one too.
It's coming out on vinyl in anywhere from 6 weeks to 3 or 4 months. I don't know. You know,
we said
the vinyl was almost called Shadow Waver, right? There was a typo that was caught this morning before it went to press, and it said Shadow Waver.
Lisa Michaels caught it.
Yes, she
you know.
caught
Should
it.
give her an extra $75 for catching it.
Or else Tom Galata is $75 for doing it.
So we promised on this tour that we're going to tell some stories. Derry tells a really good story. I don't believe half of what he says, but I don't care. Well, in fact, I know that half of what he says isn't true. But I don't mind if other people believe him, as long as it's entertaining.
I'm a preacher's kid, what can you say?
But we don't even know how to talk about these songs yet. They're brand new. We're going to do this one, and we're figuring out how to do them acoustic. It's hard to make this whole record with full-on electric everything, and how are we going to do it like this, But we're finding a way. But anyway, there's this line in this song that goes, "I'm no red devil." I like making Derry sing those kind of lines. But anyway, there was. Where was it? We were like in New York when some guy called you a red devil like a long time ago, right?
Yeah, it was in the 80s. It was when that movie Hannah and Her Sisters had come out. And we were in New York. We had a couple days off, so we were staying in New York City. And we went to see the movie Hannah and Her Sisters in New York City, so we were all excited about it, We were walking around downtown, and all of a sudden we see on the street corner, we see this group of people kind of gathered in a circle, and there are quite a few of them, quite a few people, and there was this one guy that was up on something, standing up on something taller than everybody else, and he was dressed in like this kind of black Muslim, outfit, and so we kind of we're all curious, we go walking over there, and we're just kind of standing there, and all of a sudden we are in the middle, and we're kind of work our way, and we're right up front, we're trying to hear what the guy's saying, and all of a sudden the guy starts yelling at me. He's going, "You're a son of Esau, you ruddy red devil, you red dog." And so I'm standing there, my eyes are getting real big, and we're all, and Tim Chandler, our bass player, who's a pretty big guy, he kind of taps us on the shoulders and goes, "I think we should get out of here." So we kind of worked our way gradually through the crowd and out, but yeah, he was all angry at me for some reason.
The thing is, we make judgments about each other, we don't know. he had reason to be angry, I'm sure, and what he believed. So I didn't. And but Derry, you know, well, you are kind of a red devil, really.
It's the cheeks.
But the thing is, you know, we got all the social media now, and everybody's on these threads, making judgments. I believe this, and you're that, and you know.
I'm never on social media.
Yeah. Well, from now on, really? That'd be great.
Learn my lesson.
Yeah, but you know, we don't know each other. I don't know myself yet. You know, I'm starting to figure myself out more. But we certainly don't know one another, and I think we just ought to be a little more merciful one to the other. This is a song called "What You Think I Am." What you think I am? Have you been degraded? Have you been well schooled? Have you been indoctrinated? Have you been called a fool? I'm not trying to sell you what you won't receive. I don't tell you what I do or I don't believe. I'm nobody's angel, that ain't me. I'm no good rebel, do you think I be? I'm a good Samaritan and a very, very bad man. I'm a whole lot better and a whole lot worse than what you think I am. I'm a dedicated minister and a downright sinister man. I'm nobody's angel, that ain't me. And what kind of devil do you think I be? I'm a good Samaritan and a very, very bad man. I'm a whole lot better and a whole lot worse than what you think I am. What you think I am? What you think I am? Thank you. Anyone who knows Steve for a long period of time, anyone who's been on the road with him, in the studio with him, has seen him at one time or another do what we call the leprechaun dance. Usually takes place late at night or early in the morning. Sometimes in hotel rooms it encompasses both beds. And it's kind of a trade, you know, I mean, you could probably trademark that thing. I don't think so.
You know? It's pretty unique. Has Nancy ever seen you do that?
Yeah, me and my two daughters do it together.
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
I mean, well, they were a lot younger then. They can still do it.
They'd probably still do it, wouldn't
Yeah.
Anyway, I like this song. It's one of my favorite songs, and it kind of says a little bit about the Leprechaun Man.
It's not about that.
I know it's not, but it could be.
Could be. I don't know what it's about, really.
It's kind of a dumb song.
Yeah. It's deep. It's really deep.
It's deep. Yeah, we feel that way. We feel it's,
Tim Chandler wrote the music for that. Yeah.
Hey, everybody out, let's play outside. Ooh, that dreaded ear buzzing, yeah, it's poison time. We never saw the world more green, or the sky so clear. Spring is finally here. Love is alive in you. Love is alive in you. Believe in your own reflection. See it in my eyes. Love is alive in you. Don't say it isn't true. Believe in the resurrection. See it in my eyes. Following your line on your face. Ooh, identify the pain. Yeah, now see it fading. I think I know now than a season ago. Well enough to know love is alive in you. Love is alive in you. Believe in your own reflection. See it in my eyes. Love is alive in you. Don't say it isn't true. Believe in the resurrection. See it in my eyes. I know you so much better now than I did at the start. Find it in your heart. Love is alive in you. Love is alive in you. Believe in your own reflection. See it in my eyes. Love is alive in you. Don't say it isn't true. Believe in the resurrection. See it in my eyes. Believe in your own reflection.
This one's from our last album, the Loudest Sound Ever Heard. And this is my favorite song on the album.
I like this one.
I tend to like the romantic songs. Do you guys like the romantic songs?
Yeah.
Good.
Taste the salt in my own tears. Your face. I wanna dream the dream in your head. When we wake up and we're not dead. It's a good day. Oh, it's a fine day. I'm taking the universe in, I'm taking it all in. Discovering a parallel world of experiences. I'm taking the universe in through your senses. Drops on your skin. Smell the lavender drifting in your nose. I wanna run with your feet across the line. Turn your sprinklers on, baby, closer. I wanna get closer. I'm taking the universe in, I'm taking it all in. your door. I wanna be there for your hereafter and here before, to kiss the honey on your tongue, see the glorious morning sun through your eyes. I wanna share the hope in your heart, dance with the skeletons in the dark. You're mine, baby, I love your mind. I'm taking the universe in, I'm taking it all in, discovering a parallel world of experiences. I'm taking the universe in, I'm taking it all in, discovering a parallel world of experiences. I'm taking the universe in through your senses.
Thank you. I can never remember lyrics.
You did them pretty good.
Well, it's 'cause I'm reading them.
We're going to do another song off our new album. I'm not sure how to talk about these songs yet. Wrote the song, the lyric, about a friend of mine. Actually, it was my first girlfriend I ever had. I was 15. She broke my heart. She told me the reason she broke up with me is because I... What? Oh, is this world's smallest violin? Is that what you're doing?
Smallest record player playing the world's saddest song.
Why did she break up with me? Because I was too short, you know. She
That's
was probably like 5'4" and I was like 5'2" or something like that. And then we met up at this reunion, you know. I was in California, and the band reunion. We were in the band, you know. And I think I was now I'm 5'6" and she was 5'8", you know. But anyway, you know, we got talking. I hadn't seen her in all those years, and she told me her story. And of course, we all have been through so much. You know, if you live long enough, things don't go how we think they're supposed to go. And I wrote this lyric very specifically about what the stuff she had told me had happened, and they were very universal things. That's the thing about the struggles that we have. So many of them are universal. And the thing about, we all suffer. And sometimes it's just hard to know why. You know, there's no reason, but the good that does come of it is that we learn empathy. We know how other people feel. And in that way that we learn, we're more equipped to love other people.
That's right.
And so this is one called We All Know.
She's willing to climb a ladder up to the highest star. That's her with a sack of blankets in her arms. She's taking them to a family sleeping in their automobile. She hears the children crying, and she wants to love for real. She knows how suffering feels. We all know how suffering feels. you know you're alive when you taste your own blood? Open hands to the sky with your face in the mud. We all know how suffering feels. Her mom said goodbye last winter. Sometimes she cries in the dark. She's holding her new baby granddaughter close to her heart. Her spirit was wounded by sacred vows broken, beginning to heal. Her oncologist gave her good news. Now she's willing to love for real. She knows how suffering feels. We all know how suffering feels. And you know you're alive when you taste your own blood. Open hands to the sky with your face in the mud. We all know how suffering feels. Oh, she knows. Oh, everyone knows. We laugh, we cry, we get high, we get low. Oh, don't you know? How suffering feels. We all know how suffering feels. She knows how suffering feels. We all know how suffering feels. And you know you're alive when you taste your own blood. Open hands to the sky with your face in the mud. We all know how the suffering feels. We all know how suffering feels. If I could touch with my folding hand your scars, if I could know in my rebel mind your heart, if I could see with my lusting eyes your face, if I could taste on my withered tongue sweet grace, would I trust you near enough? Would I trust you near enough? Would I trust you near enough? Enough to die, enough to love. If I could hear with two muffled ears your voice, If I could find in my troubled life true joy, if I could feel with numb fingers your spirit, if I could drink for my barren soul your tears, would I trust you near enough? Would I trust you near enough? Would I trust you near enough? Enough to die, enough to die, enough to love. If I could touch with my fumbling hand your scars, would I trust you near enough? Would I trust you near enough? Would I trust you near enough? Enough to die. Would I trust you near enough? Would I trust you near enough? Would I trust you near enough? Enough to die, enough to live, enough to love.
Thank you.
Hey Gary,
Yeah.
you should tell them that story about your uncle in Alabama. That
Oh, yeah.
Alabama uncle. That's a funny one.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good one.
I don't know if it has to do with anything.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one, actually.
Just record it, and then you can just play it while you shoot.
I know. That's,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
should do.
Tell a story.
What I should have is a roadie and about 3 more guitars. My parents, I grew up in LA. I'm as city, Southern California as you can get. No part of country in me. I mean, as far as the woods or anything like that, it's like, no, it's not there. It's just gone. But my parents are Southern. And when I say Southern, I mean deep South, like deep Alabama and Arkansas. And all my relatives, a lot of my relatives are still there in Alabama. And when I was a kid, from the time I was about 4 or 5 through like 16 or 17, maybe not that quite late, maybe 15, somewhere around there. I was a teenager when we stopped going. But we would go every year from California to Cleveland, Tennessee, because my dad was state overseer, Church of God, and so we had these worldwide assemblies, that would take place there. And we'd make it a family vacation, and we'd go through Arkansas and see our relatives there in Heber Springs, and then we'd go down to Alabama in, I don't even know what city, Hell or something. Some little tiny place that smelled like sulfur. And we'd see my great-uncle Louis and his family. And my great-uncle Louis, I exaggerate a lot of things. I'm the first to admit that I like to tell a good story, so over the years it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I never saw my Uncle Louis, of all the years that I went there, in anything other than a pair of overalls with no shirt and no shoes. Or socks. Never. He could go fishing, overalls, no socks, no shoes, no shirt. He could be cooking breakfast, no socks, no shoes, no shirt, just the same. He probably only had 1 pair of overalls when it's all said and done. That was the only thing he had. But I was terrified to go back there because I'm a city kid and I'm used to noise, I'm used to traffic, horns, loudness. I'm not used to quiet.
The other night, you remember we were in some cabin like 3 nights ago?
I couldn't sleep.
And Gary goes, "Did you sleep last night?" I couldn't sleep because there was no sound.
No, I kept wanting to hear something. I was really scared because it was like, damn it, am I going to get killed or something? Is there like some, know?
It's ridiculous.
It was bad. It was like at one point I woke up and looked out the window. But as a kid I was really scared, you know, so we'd go to sleep and they slept with all their windows open. It's summertime, so it's hot. And there's bug noises and big spiders and, you know, you're walking out. I mean, my dad took me squirrel hunting and I cried when he shot the squirrel, you know. It was like that kind of thing. Well, my Uncle Louie, he would get up every morning and fix this huge Southern breakfast. I mean, everything. Bacon, eggs, sausage, you know.
Gravy?
And this sausage country gravy. Okay.
Grits?
Grits, the whole thing. Yeah. And so one morning I woke up kind of early and I go in and Uncle Louie's fixing breakfast, you know, and he says, "Hey, Derek, come here for a minute," you know. And he goes, "You like my gravy?" And I go, "Yeah, Uncle Louie, I love your gravy. I love it." He goes, "Everybody loves my gravy." And I go, "I know, it's great." He goes, "There's one secret ingredient. One secret ingredient that makes my gravy better than everybody else's." And I'm going, "Man, what is it?" And I'm all excited. He goes, "You want to see?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You can't tell anybody. This is only for me and you to know." And he turns around and he spits in it. And then stirs it up, you know. And so we get to the table, and you know, the gravy comes to me, and I kind of pass it around. You know, my mom is throwing a big fit. She's like, "No, you have to eat that gravy. You have to eat everything on the table." You know, and it's like she poured it. Then she poured like twice as much gravy on as would normally be. You know, and I'm sitting there eating this stuff, knowing that he's spit in it. So anyway, so all these years later, my daughter, my youngest daughter, she was about 5 at the time. And she comes in and I'm making breakfast and I decide I'm going to make the sausage gravy. Her name is Shane, so she comes in, you know, running in and I go, "Hey Shane, come here for a minute." She goes in there and I go, you like gravy, right?" And she goes, "I love gravy, Dad." And I go, "Man," I make really good gravy, huh?" She goes, "Yeah, you make great gravy." I go, "You want to see the secret ingredient? It's a special ingredient in the gravy." And she goes, "Yeah, Dad, yeah." And so I acted like I didn't really spit in it. I acted like I spit in it. And her eyes get real big, and she just runs screaming to her mother, "Mom, Dad, spit the gravy! Spit the gravy! He's wrecking the gravy!" You know. And then, of course, I get in, you know, bad trouble for that. It's no wonder I'm single at this point. But anyway, all that to say, the irony is, I still to this day I love gravy. I can't not have gravy, even after I know somebody spit in it. I can't not have it. I have to have it. It's weird. And that has nothing to do with the song.
Why didn't you say Shane liked this song, though?
Well, the only reason is because Shane, my youngest daughter, she loved this song when she first heard it. And she had me burn a CD for her while we're mixing it. She goes, "I got to go play this for my friends." And she'd drive around in the car and play it for friends.
That's the worst setup for this song.
It's absolutely
She spit on the CD?
yeah.
This is a song called The Forest.
Yes.
Oops, no snare.
You already wrecked it now. I gave you the perfect setup. More is hidden than revealed. Sometimes the path to understanding is concealed. It hurts to be alive. Your pain is real. Go on, laugh until you cry. It's good to feel. The sun will shine, the sun will shine on you. The sun will shine, the sun will shine on you. I believe the sun will shine on you and me, my friends. I have learned to trust the turn of the season. Even now, the sun is breaking through the clouds again, but I still don't know the causes or the reasons. Take
tree.
I'm glad my voice is finally changing after all these years. It's good. At least I know it's over with now.
It's over with. All right.
It certainly is. Good grief. It's only the third. It's only the third gig. What's it? Fourth gig or third gig?
Yeah. Oh no.
I'm in big trouble.
You need anything?
I'm gonna use some of this junk over here in a minute.
That's some of that elixir.
Yeah,
Do you have some of that elixir right there?
I do.
We play at all kinds of strange places, you know. Well, this is kind of a strange place. You know, in a good way. Strange in a good way, you know. To me, that's a positive. Like, you know, we have that song "Strange Girls." You know, "Strange Girl." That's a positive word for me. But yeah, we play this pharmacy. We call it Pharmacy Gym. Where's that? In
Rock Island, Illinois.
yeah, I'm bad at direction, but it's
Like if we're here, it's over there.
yeah, where it's up there somewhere where it's cold a lot of the time in the winter. But we play in this drugstore, and every time we go there, he's like tries to fix our ailments. You know, what's wrong with you, Terry? Oh, I can't sleep. You know, oh, this will, you know, or whatever. And, I mean, he's really cured by asthma. He gave me these supplements, you know, and like he'll do anything. He's the greatest guy, you know.
Do the police know about it? That's
funny. That's funny. So yeah, so Derek, we're like, he has this throat stuff, you know, for the singers.
Spray. It's called Singer's Friend Vocal Spray.
Yeah.
Entertainer's Friend Vocal Spray.
So we're working on this last record, and we're like 2 days in, you know, and Derry's voice is going out like it always does right when we start vocals.
Well, because that's the only time I'm singing until we do a record. You know?
Yeah, that's when you know, I don't know if that's, you know.
I should do vocal exercise.
Yeah, I'm not saying, but anyway, so I'm like, I called Jim on the phone, Pharmacy Jim, and I go, you got to help us, or we got to get this done, you know, we're doing vocals this week, you know. You know how it is, Austin, you know, when it comes time to do vocals, you got to do them. It's always, you always say every record, you go, you know, this time we're going to sing vocals all along, we're not going to save them for the end, you know, but you never do it that way. You always wait till the end, and that's when the singer gets a cold. Right? Yeah. Whatever. So I say to Jim, I say, you got to overnight this stuff. We got to get it, you know, to Derry, the elixir, whatever that elixir those guys always talk about. You got to get it.
Yeah,
you know?
it works too.
So it comes to my door, like, you know, overnight, you know, and then I give it to Derry. There you go. And then, like you were like, Tom, you know, it worked, right?
It does work. It does.
Yeah. So did you just have some?
Yeah, there's not much in it either. It's just like...
Because you got to sing this next song kind of good.
It's got aloe vera in
You
it.
got to start singing good for the rest of the show.
I've done my fill of singing good. I'm going to give the people a little taste of what it could be.
Children tremble, flowers fade so sadly. Love is strange to understand. Winter winds blow, does the truth sting badly? Let your tears fall into my hands. Let your tears fall into my hands. Listen closely, and I will sing for you a sentimental song, and you will know just how I feel. closely, and I will sing for you a sentimental song. Hide with me tonight. Love endures the weather. Let the rain make everything new. In the morning, we will dance together. Let my song fall down around you. Let my song fall down around you. Listen closely, and I will sing for you a sentimental song, and you will know just how I feel. In my heart, listen closely, and I will sing for you a sentimental song, and you will know my love is real. Listen closely, and I will sing for you a sentimental song, and you will know just how I feel. In my heart, listen closely, and I will sing for you a sentimental song, and you will know my love is real. Listen closely, and I will sing for you a sentimental song, and you will know my heart is true. Listen closely, and I will sing for you a sentimental song, and you will know how I love you. And you will know how I love you. And you will know how I love you.
Thank you guys for coming out tonight. We always enjoy being here, and appreciate you guys still following us after all these years and buying our music. And you know, I say this quite a bit, but I truly mean it. We're very, very humbled that we can show up somewhere and people are actually here to listen. We don't take you for granted. We love you guys truly. And anyway, thanks again. Imagine one perfect circle above the stratosphere.
where lovers hide away. And children cheer because the ground has melted where the devil stood. Never mind the carnival in your old neighborhood. Come on, let's ride the circle slide. Come on, let's ride the circle slide. Against my heart, I wear a wooden cross. Sometimes I remember what freedom costs. Shake off your golden shackles. Children of time no more. Consider now the crimson crown. I know it's hard to imagine. Sometimes when you cry, fire in the heavens, laughter in the sky. Just let the wind blow through your spirit. Let the sun shine on your face. Let's look into each other's eyes and sing Amazing Grace. Come on, let's ride the circle slide. Come on, let's ride the circle slide. Everybody ride the circle slide. Come on, let's ride the circle slide, the circle slide, the circle slide.
guys. God bless you.